And so the left doing this would actually be really useful. Like, in one sense, Twitter is providing like a germination tank. So they, you know, like the bag and you keep your goldfish in before you fucking release them into the tank, and then you find out those guppies will eat all the other guppies, and that's really useful. But actually, what the left really are, yes, Owen Jones, Ellie Mae O'Hagan, Sonny Hundal, Aaron Bastani, James Butler, Laurie Penny, yes, they agreed to be the first generation of media class that would use intimidation and abuse to triangulate on austerity. But actually, they are a very insignificant fringe of a real class. And Labour's big problem, and the Guardian's big problem, and the Tories' big problem, and everybody's big problem is that without the left, they have to see the reality of institutions, which is what I'm discussing. And they don't want to. And so we're at this impasse at the moment where everybody's realised that this little layer of brats that we used as the protective seal to the status quo are really dangerous, that the Labour movement, if they can be kept where they are, they'll just keep generating crisis to split open so that we get our trade unions back. But they're on the brink of Downing Street. And the problem is that what Twitter actually exemplifies is Owen Jones telling stories about how the left are all you need to hear. And providing that protective seal, he was welcome to do that because he fit in with their culture. They would rather have brats like, you know, the Novara brats, because they thought that was maintaining their class structure. And what's been revealed through this is that the culture that they're on the fringes of, the media institutions, the politics institutions, the think tanks that they're at the foots of, they don't know how these systems work, and in order to get past the left, those institutions have to be brought face to face, which is why women have just done a really important thing, because they have said, you have to be aware of these systems. And this is a major deal, and this is the process that we're going through. Now, the symbolism of the lone parent has just lost political utility anyway, because all the shifts that it was used to avoid us recognising, we have to now face up to. The functions within local authorities we have to start looking at as these institutions break down. And the institutional breakdown that the left have facilitated when they've shown that they're not connected to these institutions, and they will do that, is now going to take precedence. And we still have to get to the point that we would have had to get to 6 or 7 years ago, but we just have a lot less time to do it. And so that will be done through crisis, and the self-ID crisis was one such crisis. But there are going to be many more. And right now, our hope of stability largely comes from people within the institutions that have upheld this left-wing identity saying we will move beyond it and we will reflect. And the fact is, the Guardian are not going to do it. The Labour Party are not going to reflect. They're culturally unable to. And so they provide a very dangerous kind of protective seal that we don't need anymore because everyone's trying to move past them. So we're actually, like, I don't want to underplay the seriousness of this. You know, while that culture on Twitter are funny in that they're trapped in circles protecting a false identity, and while it's not funny that they've unleashed anti-Semitism, it's not funny that they've unleashed intimidation and abuse in real life to prevent discussion of these systems. And what's really not funny is that the adaptation that they're preventing by projecting their own class identity and hoping that somehow we'll return to pre-1945 is actually preventing us from addressing a major crisis.